Virgo, listen to me right now because what I'm about to tell you will change everything about your August. I just pulled the Wheel of Fortune and I'm getting chills because this is not what anyone expects for your month. Everyone thinks Virgos play it safe, but actually you're about to take the biggest risk of your life, and it's going to pay off in ways that will shock even you. The energy is so intense right now, I can barely hold these cards steady. My hands are literally shaking because what I'm seeing for you, Virgo, is a complete 180 from where you were just 3 weeks ago. This isn't your typical steady Virgo progression. This is explosive. This is life-changing. This is your moment. The comments are already going crazy, and we haven't even started yet. You Virgos know something big is coming, don't you? I can feel your energy through the screen right now, and it's electric. Here's what's happening. August brings you not just a win, but the win. The one you've been strategically working toward while everyone else was making noise. While other signs were being dramatic, you were quietly building your empire. And now it's time to collect. But first, let me tell you about Sarah. Sarah is a Virgo who messaged me last month crying because she thought she was too late, too careful, too practical. She said everyone else was getting their big breaks while she was still analyzing and planning. I told her exactly what I'm about to tell you. 3 weeks later, she got promoted to regional manager, met her soulmate at a coffee shop, and her investment portfolio doubled. Doubled, Virgo. That's the energy we're working with. The first card that flew out of my deck was so unexpected I had to shuffle again to make sure. But no, the universe is being very clear about this. You're getting the King of Cups in the position of your foundation energy. Now everyone would expect me to pull a pentacle card for your practical nature, but this is why your win is going to be so massive. Your victory isn't coming from your mind, Virgo. It's coming from your heart. For the past 6 months, you've been overthinking every decision, analyzing every angle, making pro and con lists until your pen ran out of ink. But the King of Cups is telling me that your biggest breakthrough comes when you trust your intuition, when you feel it in your soul and move forward anyway. This card represents emotional mastery, but not the kind where you suppress your feelings, the kind where you use them as fuel. I'm seeing you in a boardroom, or maybe it's a creative space, and you're presenting an idea that came to you in a dream. Everyone's looking at you like you've lost your mind because it's so different from your usual methodical approach. But then the numbers start rolling in, the responses start flooding in, the opportunities start multiplying. The King of Cups rules through emotional intelligence, and that's your secret weapon this August. While everyone else is making decisions based on logic and spreadsheets, you're going to make the one choice that feels right in your bones. And it's going to change everything. I'm getting a vision of water here. Not the overwhelming tsunami kind, but the steady, powerful river that carves through mountains. That's your energy right now, Virgo. Persistent, flowing, unstoppable. You've been building pressure behind the dam of your careful planning, and now it's time to open the floodgates. The second card is making me emotional, and I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. It's because this represents the breakthrough you've been praying for when you thought nobody was listening. The star card just appeared, and I'm getting goosebumps everywhere because this is about hope manifesting into reality. The star is card number 17, and I want you to remember that number because it's going to show up significantly in your August victory. Maybe it's the 17th when you get the call. Maybe it's $17,000 that changes your life. Maybe it's 17 days from now when everything clicks into place. But 17 is your lucky number this month, and the universe wants you to pay attention. This card represents healing, renewal, and divine guidance. But here's what's beautiful about the star appearing for your victory, Virgo. It means your win isn't just about you. It's about everyone who's been watching your journey, everyone who's been doubting themselves because they're too practical, too careful, too analytical. Your success is going to inspire a revolution of careful planners who finally take their shot. I'm seeing you standing under actual stars, maybe on a rooftop or a balcony, and you're making a wish. But it's not a desperate wish anymore. It's a grateful acknowledgement that what you wished for 6 months ago is now happening. The star represents wishes fulfilled, but only after you've done the inner work to become the person who can handle that level of blessing. You know what's interesting? The star comes after the tower in the tarot sequence. That means your victory in August is directly connected to something that fell apart earlier this year. Something you thought was a disaster at the time. A job that didn't work out. A relationship that ended. A plan that got derailed. That destruction was making space for this moment. The star is also about sharing your gifts with the world. I'm seeing you teaching, mentoring, or inspiring others in a way you never expected. Your practical nature combined with your newfound trust in intuition is going to create something beautiful. Maybe you're writing, maybe you're speaking, maybe you're creating something with your hands. But whatever it is, it's going to touch lives in ways you can't even imagine right now. Oh my goodness! The third card literally gave me chills. The Ten of Wands just appeared and I know what you're thinking. Ten of Wands sounds like burden, like struggle, like carrying too much. But in the context of your victory, this card is telling a completely different story. It's telling the story of someone who carried the load when nobody else would, and now you're about to set it down and claim your reward. This card represents the final push before success. You've been carrying so much, Virgo. Other people's doubts, your own perfectionism, the weight of being the responsible one in every situation. You've been the one people call when they need something done right. You've been the one holding everything together while others fell apart. The Ten of Wands is acknowledging that burden, but it's also showing you the finish line. I'm seeing you literally putting down a heavy bag or box. Maybe it's moving out of a place that no longer serves you. Maybe it's finally delegating responsibilities you shouldn't have been carrying alone. Maybe it's saying no to people who've been taking advantage of your reliability. But whatever it is, the act of setting down that burden is what creates space for your victory to manifest. The Ten of Wands in your victory spread means that August is when all that hard work, all that responsibility, all that careful planning finally pays off in a big way. Not just a little reward, not just recognition, but compensation that matches the value you've been providing all along. Here's something beautiful I'm getting about this card. The figure in the Ten of Wands is almost home. They can see their destination. Your victory isn't some far-off possibility, Virgo. It's right there. You can practically touch it. August is your homecoming month, when everything you've been working toward finally clicks into place. And here's the part that's making me emotional. Once you set down those wands, once you claim your victory, you're going to help other people who are still carrying their heavy loads. Your success creates a ripple effect of other people getting to put down their burdens too. That's the true victory here. Members in my private community saw this exact energy building 3 weeks ago, and they've been preparing for this moment. The messages I'm getting are insane. Virgos everywhere are feeling this shift, and it's beautiful to witness. But wait, there's more. The fourth card is stopping me in my tracks, because this is not what I expected to see in a victory reading. The Five of Swords appeared, and my initial reaction was confusion. But now I understand exactly what the universe is saying. Your biggest victory comes through winning a conflict you thought you'd lost. The Five of Swords traditionally represents defeat, conflict, hollow victory. But in your spread, it's showing up as the moment when you realize that what felt like losing was actually you refusing to compromise your values. And that refusal is what leads to your real victory. I'm seeing you walking away from a situation earlier this year. Maybe it was a job offer that didn't feel right. Maybe it was a relationship that required you to be less than you are. Maybe it was a partnership that would have been profitable but not ethical. At the time, it felt like you were giving up, like you were being too picky, too principled, too rigid. But the Five of Swords in your victory position is telling me that walking away was the smartest thing you ever did, because it kept you available for the real opportunity that's coming in August. The one that aligns with your values and pays you what you're worth. The one that lets you be completely authentic and successful. This card is also about learning from conflict. Every disagreement you've had this year, every time someone questioned your methods, every time you had to defend your approach, it was preparing you for this moment. You've developed the confidence to stand alone when necessary, and that confidence is magnetic. People are about to start seeking you out specifically because you're not like everyone else. The Five of Swords can also represent winning through strategy rather than force. While other people were being loud and aggressive, you were being smart and patient. You were playing chess while they were playing checkers. And now you're about to checkmate in a way that surprises everyone, including yourself. Here's what I love about this card in your reading. It's showing me that your victory has integrity. You didn't have to step on anyone to get here. You didn't have to compromise your ethics. You won by being more yourself, not less. And that kind of victory lasts. The fifth card is making me want to dance, and I don't even know why yet. Let me see what we have here. Oh, Virgo. The Three of Cups just landed, and this is celebration energy like I've never seen before. This isn't just your victory. This is a community celebration of your victory. The Three of Cups represents friendship, community, shared joy, and celebration. But in your victory reading, it's telling me that your success is going to bring people together in the most beautiful way. I'm seeing a party. Not just any party, but the kind where everyone is genuinely happy for you because they know how hard you've worked and how much you deserve this. This card is also telling me that your victory involves collaboration. Maybe you're launching something with friends. Maybe you're joining a team that appreciates your unique skills. Maybe you're finally finding your tribe of people who get you, who value your attention to detail, who celebrate your methodical approach instead of criticizing it. I'm getting a vision of you raising a glass, and around you are all the people who believed in you when you didn't even believe in yourself. Some of them are people you haven't even met yet, but they're coming into your life as a direct result of your August victory. New friends, new connections, new opportunities for joy and collaboration. The Three of Cups also represents creative collaboration. If you've been working on something artistic or creative, August is when you find the people who can help you take it to the next level. Maybe it's a business partner, maybe it's a mentor, maybe it's an entire community of like-minded creators. But you're not going to be doing this alone anymore. What I love about this card is that it shows your victory creating more victories for other people. Your success opens doors not just for you, but for everyone in your circle. It's like you're the first domino that starts a chain reaction of good things happening for everyone around you. The Three of Cups is also about emotional fulfillment. Your August victory isn't just going to feel good in your bank account or on your resume. It's going to feel good in your soul. You're going to feel supported, appreciated, celebrated, and loved in a way that makes all the struggle worth it. Now here's where it gets really interesting. The sixth card should not make sense in a victory reading, but it makes perfect sense for you, Virgo. The Eight of Swords just appeared, and I know you're thinking that sounds terrible, but actually it's the most hopeful card I could have pulled for you right now. The Eight of Swords represents feeling trapped, restricted, unable to see options. But here's the secret about this card that most people don't understand. The person in the Eight of Swords can free themselves anytime they want to. The bonds are loose, the blindfold is removable, and there's a clear path out. They just can't see it because they're focused on the restrictions instead of the possibilities. Virgo, for months you've been telling yourself you're stuck. You're stuck in your job, stuck in your routine, stuck in your practical approach to everything. You've been so focused on all the reasons why you can't take risks that you haven't seen all the reasons why you can. But August is when the blindfold comes off. I'm seeing you having a moment of clarity that's so intense it actually takes your breath away. Maybe you're in your car or walking or just lying in bed, and suddenly you realize that the thing you thought was impossible is not only possible, it's inevitable. The restrictions you thought were external were actually internal, and you have the power to remove them anytime you choose. The Eight of Swords in your victory reading means that your biggest win comes from liberating yourself from your own limiting beliefs. From the voice that says you need more experience, more credentials, more preparation. From the fear that you're not ready, not good enough, not smart enough. That voice is going to get really quiet in August, and in that silence, you're going to hear your own wisdom for the first time in years. This card also represents mental breakthrough. Maybe you've been overthinking a decision for months, going in circles, analyzing it to death. The Eight of Swords is telling me that in August, the answer becomes so clear it's almost laughable that you ever doubted it. Sometimes the solution isn't more thinking. Sometimes it's less thinking and more trusting. What I love about the Eight of Swords in your reading is that it represents the moment right before freedom. You're closer to your breakthrough than you realize. The cage door is already open, Virgo. You just need to take off the blindfold and walk through it. The seventh and final card in your reading is giving me actual tears, and I need you to understand why. The Sun card just appeared, and this represents pure joy, success, vitality, and achievement. But it's not just any achievement. It's achievement that comes with happiness. Success that feeds your soul, not just your ambitions. The Sun is the most positive card in the entire tarot deck, and it's showing up as the culmination of your August victory. This means whatever happens for you this month, it's going to exceed your expectations in the best possible way. It's going to be bigger, better, more fulfilling than anything you dared to hope for. I'm seeing you in literal sunlight, and you're laughing. When was the last time you laughed from pure joy? Not just because something was funny, but because life felt so good you couldn't contain it? That's the energy coming for you in August. Uncontainable joy. The Sun represents success that's visible to everyone. This isn't a quiet victory that only you know about. This is the kind of success that gets announced, celebrated, shared, and remembered. People are going to be talking about your August breakthrough for months to come. But here's what makes me emotional about the Sun in your reading. It represents the end of a difficult period and the beginning of a golden phase in your life. If you've been struggling, if you've been doubting, if you've been wondering when things would finally get easier, August is your answer. The Sun doesn't just bring success. It brings ease, flow, natural confidence, and the feeling that everything is finally working in your favor. The Sun also represents clarity and truth. In August, you're going to see your situation, your options, and your path forward with perfect clarity. No more confusion, no more second guessing, no more wondering if you're making the right choice. The right choice will be so obvious it will feel like destiny. I'm getting a vision of you sharing your victory with others, but not in a boastful way. In a way that gives other people hope. Your success story becomes the evidence that careful, thoughtful, methodical people can have explosive breakthroughs too. You become living proof that good things happen to good people who work hard and wait for the right moment. The Sun card is numbered 19, and that's another number I want you to remember for August. Maybe your victory happens on the 19th. Maybe it involves $19,000. Maybe it takes 19 days to fully manifest. But 19 is significant for you this month, just like 17 was. Here's what I want you to understand about your August victory, Virgo. It's not just about external success. It's about internal transformation. You're not just winning something. You're becoming someone who trusts their intuition, someone who takes strategic risks, someone who knows their worth and doesn't settle for less, someone who celebrates not just their own victories, but everyone else's too. Your victory is going to surprise people because they've put you in a box labeled practical and predictable. But practicality combined with intuition? Predictability combined with strategic risk-taking? That's a combination nobody sees coming, and it's going to be unstoppable. The energy around you right now is so strong, I can feel it through the screen. Comments are flooding in from Virgos who are feeling this shift, who are finally ready to make their move, who are tired of playing small. This is your time. This is your moment. This is your victory. August brings you everything you've been working toward, but it also brings you things you didn't even know you wanted. Opportunities you never considered, connections you never expected, joy you never thought you deserved. But you do deserve it, Virgo. You deserve all of it and more. Your biggest win ever isn't just coming. It's already in motion. The wheels are already turning. The universe is already conspiring in your favor. All you have to do is stay open to receiving it in whatever form it takes. Personal reading spots have been filling up so fast after sharing this energy with my community. The transformations I'm witnessing are absolutely incredible, and I know you're going to be next. Subscribe now. Your future depends on it. August is your month, Virgo, and I cannot wait to celebrate your victory with you. The comments are going crazy, and we're all here for your success story. Let's make it happen. If you want more of this energy, you know where to find me.